Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Teasing the NFL, your destination for NFL teaser bets. I'm Daniel Saludo, along with Andrew Chang here. It is time now for this week's No Sweat Bet. And first, of course, we have to review quickly last week of week 11. So quickly going down, not the best week for either of us, but we did do pretty decently. Don't cover up that much, man. It wasn't that bad of a week. We had some pretty good choices here. So overall, individual teasers, I went 9-5, and Andrew went 8-6. We actually varied a lot of our individual teaser choices, and it actually shows in the record because we didn't agree on a lot of them. And I picked a lot of totals. Especially in the early games, and most of them missed. And most of them missed. That's the sad part. Yeah. But overall, I am now 116-45, and Andrew is 112-49.
No bueno.
No. All right, so on to the no sweat bet, which is the highlight for me and half of it, not much of a highlight for him. So I went with the smart plays. I went with Green Bay plus 7.5 and Kansas City minus 1.5. That one, those hit. Now, ironically, I didn't bet that, but we'll go over that in a minute. Andrew went with the Chargers minus 3.5, and I agreed with him on that. However, we know in last week's video, I tried to convince him so hard that that Minnesota was not a good choice, and that was the other part of his no sweat. And I do apologize for not trying to convince you hard enough, but Minnesota did lose that game, and so I get why you did it. It was valuable, but it just, I said, I was like, this is a
chance
that
we could fall.
This is a low spot. I'm not happy with it.
God dog, man.
So I went 0-1. Andrew goes 1. So I went 1-0. Andrew goes 0-1. So total no sweat bet record is 7-4 for me, and 3-8 for Andrew.
That is terrible, America. 3-8.
It's funny. Your no sweats are terrible, and then we get to the games, and then you make the smarter decisions. It's really funny. So that means like you don't care about the fans and the people watching. You just
guys, that's not true. Okay, like there's a nice little entertainment value. Of course, I want y'all to make money, but honestly, I put my money where my mouth is. So
most of the time you do. Yeah.
So of course
you do come back on it with other bets.
Yeah, I always bet my no sweats, and then I was like, oh my gosh, that didn't pan out, and then bam, 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 bam. Was just gonna slam it, or as I've been watching The Office, it's bam, 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 bam. Sorry. Also, a quick shout out to my mom who just turned 60. Love you very much.
Yeah, happy birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday. And if you guys are wondering who my mother is, just watch the movie Crazy Rich Asians. She is the evil stepmom in the movie.
It's not stepmom, it's his actual mother.
Oh, whatever, evil mom. Like,
yeah, there you go, evil mom.
That's her, like, everything.
She's pretty mannerisms. She's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, she is pretty cool.
She's pretty cool.
I mean, that's because you're not a girl.
That's very true.
There you go.
That's very true.
Exactly.
Right, so on to the actual bets coming up. So we knew that we were going to bet an early game. At least I knew I was. So he tagged along with me with went with Philadelphia plus 9. He was actually slightly worried about it. And I was
hey,
too.
Let's be honest.
I was too after Wentz threw the interception. Like, well, there goes that bet. The other part of our bet was the Steelers under, which was easy.
Easy.
Because we know how I bet the Steelers when they're away. I always bet the under. But Philadelphia, I turned away from the game, and all of a sudden he texted me saying, money. I was like, what? And I go look at my phone. I'm like, oh, nice, they scored. So they got it. They lost by 5. I don't know how I didn't even look at the highlights. I don't even know how they scored.
Danny, what do I always tell you about the Eagles? They find a way.
I was so done with them.
It's so stupid, though.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Especially this year. They're not even that good this year.
No,
Carson Wentz is just, he's going through a phase right now. I don't know what it is, but I hope he gets better. He needs to get better. But not this week.
Not this week, yeah.
This week.
All right, next one. Andrew went late afternoon. Of course, as I said, he got Minnesota. Minnesota line actually went up, so he got him at -2, and then the Chargers line also got moved up slightly at -4. I was hesitant for a minute about the Chargers. I didn't like his bet anyway, so I didn't jump on it. So he missed on that one because the Chargers won their game pretty handily against the Jets. But I was confident enough in him to...
You were worried about that too.
A little bit in the first quarter. They didn't look so good. They were kind of
and then they came back with a vengeance.
Yeah, they finally were starting to wake up. And then they started sliding at the end of the game. I was like, what the heck is happening to them in the fourth quarter? But so I did one of my favorite things to do was a late afternoon and a primetime teaser. So KC, the Chargers at -4 and then KC at -2. What a game that was. And yes, the teaser was 100% perfect in that because if you bet the line at -8, you would have lost. So that's where a teaser was huge in that. So that's a big week for me because that got me back almost into the positive because I was down quite a bit, as he knows. And I told him, like, this is the week I'm going big because I'm pretty confident in what I'm going with.
I was just like, boy, let this guy hit it, please.
Yeah, no, I don't need to be down anymore.
Oh, man.
And it was worth it in the end. So I went 2-0. Andrew went 2-1. So actual bet record, I am 14-15. I'm almost up there again. And Andrew's back even at 20-20. So, and actually that has changed right now because we both hit on our Thanksgiving game, feeling pretty full. So yeah.
Oh no, we're just getting started.
Yeah, that's right. That was.
We just had our first nap. Now we're gonna go back for seconds.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So tee him up. Let him know what the big pick is for the no sweat, and you know.
You know what?
Maybe he changed his mind thinking about it now.
I did just change my mind.
Oh,
because it's crazy. You said like, oh, you don't want the fans to know this, that. You know, it's true. Like, it's not true. I want all y'all to know what I'm thinking, what I'm betting, because I'm just the everyday average dude who just watches ESPN and just, oh, this seems like a good bit of fun.
You've had some commentary about that. Just remember that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, excellent. So, might surprise y'all, but everyone who knows and watches the No Sweat Bet with Daniel Saludo and Andrew Chang knows that I just like to have it in blocks. So I either do 2 noon games, 2 late afternoon games, or
you go prime.
In this case, when the matchups look this good late in the game.
All right, let's go.
I am gonna go. Although it might not be the most valued bet. It might not be, a steal in the EV category. But I do like the Green Bay Packers to win against the Bears at home -3.5.
All right.
Like this guy said, Mitch Trubisky is trash. Nick Foles is trash, even if he does come to play.
He's not playing.
So yeah, I just like Green Bay Packers to win -3.5. And I think they can definitely do it handily. I hope they win by 10 points, so I don't really have to sweat. My next bet, I don't think it should be a surprise. This team is 9 times out of 10, every time works all the time. Seattle
all right,
against the NFC least Philadelphia Eagles. And this is crazy because, we just bet on the Eagles last week, and the Eagles have a dear place in my heart, but Carson Wentz is going through something right now. I don't know what it is, and Seattle needs to win this game. Not saying that the Philadelphia Eagles don't, but I think Seattle really will push the envelope in this round. And seeing that, I don't think that Philly's defense is going to be ready for DK Metcalf. Your boy Carson's actually playing too.
Yes, Chris Carson is starting. Thank God, I actually have a shot at my fantasy team, at my fantasy week now, especially since I need it.
So with that news, and they still have DK Metcalf, they still have Tyler Lockett. I mean, it's just...
And Russ is still trying to cook.
Yeah, for sure. So I like them just to win at a half, which actually that line is very good.
That line could also move at come Sunday.
Move.
Could move up to 6, possibly a 6.5. So you're getting great value as it is, and even if it goes up to 6.5, you're still doing good. Now, obviously, we haven't released that video yet, and we will get to that very, very soon. But we will we'll get to that one in a later video. But quickly, Seattle's at 5.5, and you tease them down across the 0 to +0.5. Philly has not looked that good. And so I do agree with him in this, and that this is a really nice play, and we actually had talked about it beforehand. Speaking of this game, actually, if you check out the Fade the Public podcast and their YouTube channel, this was part of our recommended teaser. There you go. This is part of our recommended teaser to them as their Big Dogs pick of the week. So shout out to Max the Animal and Nikki Snacks and the rest of the BDGE team at Big Dogs Gotta Eat, and that was part of our Big Dogs choice, a Big Dogs teaser bet that we had recommended to him. So not a bad, really good choice, I think, in my opinion. So I like it. Not necessarily something I agree with, but maybe I'll use it. Maybe I'll use it as part of a later bet. But yeah.
All
so
right.
There you go.
Let's see what you got to offer America this week, Danny.
I'm going to choose 2 games that make a lot of sense, but you may not necessarily agree with. So my first game is, and this is probably the first time I've ever chosen this team, is I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns against Jacksonville. As we know, Jacksonville is starting Mike Glennon, which means absolutely nothing. And Cleveland's got a great run game that should just dominate this team, and they won't have to worry about having Baker Mayfield, be Patrick Mahomes, basically. So They should steamroll in this game. Cleveland is playing for something. They are playing for 6th place right now. They have to stay ahead of the Ravens, so they got to win this game, and I expect them to win this game. And that's all I'm asking them to do is just win it. Get them down to -0.5. Second part of it is a team that I've considered overrated, but the matchup's too good to be true. I have to go with the Rams here. The matchup's too good. Dude. The matchup's too good. Garoppolo's still out. I mean, yes, Deebo Samuel's coming back. Raheem Mostert's probably coming back as well, but I don't see San Francisco winning this without having Garoppolo as your quarterback. It's just they're not good enough against this Rams defense to really do it.
And it takes time to mesh when you're coming off of all these injuries, too.
And the other thing is the Rams are also playing for something. They are top of their division right now because of their win over Seattle 2 weeks ago. So they have to win this game to stay up top to guarantee them at least second in the conference. And if somehow at some point New Orleans loses, then they have a chance to move up to the top spot. So
crazy.
I like the Rams in this. That also tease them down to -0.5. And these are 2 teams that got to get good wins in them, and they should be winning these. And I don't have to really worry about it as much.
Okay, I like those bets. I feel a little disrespected that I didn't see my 2 teams on your card.
But I'm gonna go with what I perceive as pure straight value in this. The Chargers, actually, I was contemplating. I honestly was contemplating because I do like them as underdogs, and in this game they'll have a chance to be able to get it within some kind of close range. So that's one of them. And then the other one I was thinking about, and this was the other part of the recommended teaser.
Yeah, tell them.
And I don't know why I'm questioning it, but I am, is Miami teasing him down to -0.5 or -1, depending on the
Come on, Vince fan. You're going to let this guy get away with that stuff, and you're going to come at me? Well, come at me then. Yeah, come at me.
But
Dude.
yeah, I can't get away from both of these teams that I'm picking in the Browns and the Rams. So I'm just going to have to live with it. I'm probably going to bet this game just to have some stake in it and feeling really comfortable with it. And that's why it's my no sweat bet in this.
Awesome. Well, America, now you know the secret. I always put my money where our mouth is. Thankfully,
most of the time I do too, but yeah.
Thankfully, we already hit our nice little Thanksgiving
appetizer.
There. Nice little starter course, an amuse-bouche, if you will.
Fancy.
You know?
We ain't going to the French Laundry. Calm down.
Oh man. Don't tease me, Danny. I'm an expensive date.
I know you are.
I'm put out, but I'm an expensive date. But yeah,
feeling good?
Not saying that I won't bet any other noon games.
Oh, you will. Knowing you will.
For sure, I think the Chargers in Miami, that's going to be a card just for Finn's Nation and for the Chargers for my sake. I think that's a solid bet. But those are, my pick this week. Green Bay -3.5 and Seattle -0.5.
Yep, and I'm going to Cleveland. Actually, yours is +0.5.
Oh.
Your Seattle's +0.5.
Potato.
And then I'm taking Cleveland down to -0.5 and the Rams down to -0.5. Feeling super confident about both teams looking to get good wins and just keep their places and try and move up.
Yep. Nice. I like these picks, man. I'm
pretty happy with them too. But let us know in the comments what you think of our picks, of our selections, and what you're betting as a teaser bet. What would you recommend to us? Always like hearing everybody's opinions and comments about it. But until next time, for Andrew Chang, I'm Daniel Saludo. If you like the content you got in this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and select all. That way you stay up to date with all of our latest videos and previews for the rest of the season. Again, we'd like to thank you for joining us in this Week 12 No Sweat bet and for the rest of our videos. But until next time, make sure you get your bets in, and of course, don't forget to be a tease.